Welcome, Carm Capriotto, the Service Aftermarket's podcast pioneer with the gold standard of aftermarket business podcasts. Join me for Aftermarket Insights as we advance the aftermarket. And as always, know that you'll learn just one thing. Find us on your favorite podcast listening app and remarkableresults.biz or on my YouTube channel. Hey, everybody, it's Carm Capriotto, Remarkable Results Radio, and wow, the 1,000th episode of Remarkable Results Radio. Hey, remember the original logo? Here it is. That's what we started with back 9.5 years ago. 1,000 episodes. Man, what a hell of a journey. I wanted to share a few things with you and make a big announcement as to what this episode is really all about. So not only 1,000 Remarkable Results shows, 400 Town Hall Academies, about 109 for the records, 180 aftermarket weeklies. If you total all that up, well, that's way north of 1,700 episodes since we started with all these neat, great ideas on how we were just going to take some of the greatest ideas and thoughts and insights from the industry and the aftermarket and serve it up in podcast format. And of course, we ultimately, went to video. Besides, like I had nothing else to do except, of course, bring my daughter Tracy on as my executive producer, director of content. And it's just great to work with Tracy. And she's finding some success in her own right. We're so happy with how she's blossomed and been here 4 years. But we also created back, I believe, in 2021, the Aftermarket Radio Network. And there's over 600 and some episodes with the ARN. Hunt Demarest, Business by the Numbers, Matt Fonslow, Diagnosing the Aftermarket A to Z, Kim and Brian Walker, the Auto Repair Marketing Podcast, Craig O'Neill, Speak Up, Effective Communications, Chris Cotton, The Weekly Blitz, and there's more to come. I couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much for being a great listener, for finding a way to listen, be it on your desktop or mobile device. 1,000 is a big milestone for us, and that's why I call myself the Aftermarket Podcast Pioneer. Started this thing. Well, since about 2015, when we started, I've interviewed shop owners, CEOs, auto service coaching experts, trainers, educators, service specialists from our bays, so many people. The highlight of the milestone of reaching 1,000 episodes and the importance of reflecting on these great lessons from various industry leaders is very personal. And I guess it really hasn't sunk in yet that we're there. So when I think back of all the episodes that we've done, and I think of all the learning and all the education, I started to write, and I think many of you know that I've written this great declaration, The Rise of the Mechanical and Technology Specialists, and you could get that on our downloads page. I decided that I would get a little bit more creative, put some of my writing skills, which I'm not sure are the best in the industry, but when it starts pouring out and you're starting to write and type, it means something. So I wrote a report on the 12 key strategies for CEO success in the automotive aftermarket. And I want to share them with you. This is my gift to you for the 1,000th episode. No, I'm not bringing on a ton of people to interview me. And it's just one of these, this is for you. 1,000th episode and a chance to help you see what you may be missing inside of your business by coming up with these 12 key critical CEO strategies. Not every one of them are here. So please don't think that this is gospel. There's a lot more. I'm not here to give you every answer, but to help you think, prioritize, value, maybe even engage in the highlights so you can check a box on my report. Running my business and my life, how are you doing in these areas or not so good in others? And more importantly, these are the most essential strategies that I continue to hear about building wealth and success for work passion, for your family, for your people, and for living the vision of employing great people and helping clients get the most from their vehicles. Successful shops, they gotta have an obsession for doing good for their people and their clients. And when I think of all the good stuff that happened, and I just want to take a moment, let me regress back 9.5 years to episode 1. Thanks to Dave Striegel from Elizabeth, Pennsylvania for my first ever interview. You probably have never heard this. I've told this at conferences and one-on-one to people that when I come up with this idea of doing a podcast for the auto professional service aftermarket. I called Dave Striegel. I had met him once. I'm from Buffalo. He's from Pittsburgh, Elizabeth, Pennsylvania, near Pittsburgh. And I said, Dave, you may not remember me. I've been in your business, but I've been reading some of the articles you've been writing in the industry magazines. I see that you put up a training center. I'd love to hear from you how you've put all these great things together and have created your remarkable results. I had no idea what I was going to call the podcast until that very instant. And he goes, I'm in, Carm. Don't know what a podcast is, but let's do this thing. And that really started it off. And I stumbled upon why I call the podcast Remarkable Results, because really good and successful people create that. And I want to put a shout out to my friend Mike Proud from Federal Mogul, who was my first sponsor. He believed in what we were doing. And I thank Mike for getting us started. We've had great partners over the years. And today, in the entire ARN, we've got NAPA Auto Care, NAPA Auto Tech Training, NAPA Tracks, Apex Joe's Garage, Promotive Repair Pal, Auto Flow, Shop Boss, Shop Pay. Today's class, the Institute, Shop Dog Marketing, App Fueled Auto Fix, and Automotive Management Network. And couldn't be happier to have these great icons of our industry with us. Now let's jump into the CEO, the 12 strategies. For many that have these 12 steps as their constitution, they are either progressing on solid foundations because you say, hey, I'm doing all that, great, or they've reached a pinnacle in their career. Now, no matter their status, they're climbing up, you're up there. Keeping up and on top of your game is an ongoing task. You hear me talk a lot about being a perpetual student. Just because you think you know it doesn't mean that the world's not going to come in and rock your world and make some change. So always be open to be better at learning things and doing new and better things. So we won't go through these really in depth. We're going to go through them pretty fast. I don't want this to be a super long episode. I want this to be just enough to give you a taste of what we're talking about. And I would really like you to download this, remarkableresults.biz/CEO. Get your own hard copy of this. Strategy number one is put your people first. Teams enthusiastic, committed in all ways. Discuss the importance of prioritizing with your team members and fostering engagement into the business. They need to know what your vision is, so you can't get there without your people. You got to learn to create a positive work environment, such as employee appreciation training and creating a fun workplace. By the way, fun is one of the strategies that we hear about all the time. Understand one thing. These strategies that we're talking about, and they're not in any necessarily right order. There's not putting your people first. Strategy one is not there because I hear it the most, but I've done a little prioritizing in these strategies, and I think you may agree with me. But people make the world go round. Think about what we're doing to pay our people to stick around and to pay and to make more profit so we can have the benefits that help our people enjoy their lives. You got to have a positive work environment, employee appreciation. I just mentioned all of that. The importance of hiring based on the values and the cultural fit is going to be so important by putting your people first. Don't forget, you got to educate them, you got to train them, you got to pay for it, and you got to look at what the deficiencies in any of their area of expertise is and learn how to fill it. And by the way, I just heard something so important the other day. The employee bathrooms in the break area even need to be cleaner and more pristine than you provide for your clients. How about that one? They do spend a third of their life there. Strategy number two, client service is key. Customer service, baby. Create advocates. Remember, you've got a prospect, you got a customer, you got a client, and then you got an advocate. And an advocate is a person who's going to go out and be loyal to you. So this client experience rules. If your people are happy inside, guess how that gets outside? Your clients are going to be happy too. Creative ideas for client retention. CRM is useful, such as even personalized communication to them. Gifts and post-service follow-ups are so critical. We can talk about transparent communication, and that is that you're always honest. You're always going to give them as much information as you possibly can, be it on the phone, be it on texting, or be it in person. One of the ways that this gets done, and it gets done at a really good level, is the service advisor training and customer touch points. I got to tell you, so much service advisor, customer service representative training It's hot right now. And if you're not getting there, if you're not going to training with your people or you're not providing it, if it's even web-based, or find a coach for your customer service people, critically important today. And cleanliness rules, be colorful and creative, even though your customers don't wait in your lobby. Make your lobby look smart, welcoming, bright, warm, and even a little aromatherapy I've heard works great. The NAPA Now event is a national ownership workshop for our valued Auto Care members centered around business building training from industry leaders. Now, it's not just about owning a shop, it's about owning your future. Join NAPA April 15th through the 17th, 2025 at the Venetian Resort in the heart of Las Vegas, known for its vibrancy, energy, and entrepreneurial spirit. At the event, ignite growth through business building masterclasses from leaders across multiple industries focused on expanding business opportunities. Now, masterclass topics include future-proofing your business, mastering emerging technologies for growth, leadership dynamics, inspiring, engaging, and driving success, shifting tides, understanding evolving consumer behaviors and your bottom line, and young leaders' lasting legacies, mastering succession planning for future growth. Foster collaboration with other like-minded NAPA Auto Care members and store owners. Stop at supplier studios for training, visit Auto Care vendor partners, and finally, join us in celebrating 100 years of NAPA Auto Parts, along with kicking off the next 100 years of partnership. There will also be exclusive giveaways. There are many incentive opportunities to offset the cost of this trip, including Auto Care program earnbacks, and beginning in October, earn up to $1,500 with pre-show supplier training to prepare for the supplier studio training sessions. The NAPA Now event is a national ownership workshop for our valued Auto Care members centered around business building training from industry leaders. Now, it's not just about owning a shop, it's about owning your future. Join NAPA April 15th through the 17th, 2025 at the Venetian Resort in the heart of Las Vegas, known for its vibrancy, energy, and entrepreneurial spirit. Get ready to grow, connect, and celebrate. This is an exclusive event limited to the first 2,000 Auto Care members. Packages are going fast. If you're interested in attending, contact your servicing NAPA store or NAPA salesperson. Strategy 3, culture and values drive success. Now, a strong company culture influences employee engagement and customer satisfaction and overall business success. Your culture helps drive everything that goes on inside the business. In fact, hiring for a cultural fit will be critical. You've heard me say in podcasts that culture is like the weather, and I heard that from Shari Pheasant. And every once in a while, you may have a thunderstorm rolling over in Bay 3 where it's sunny everywhere else, and those are toxic people that you have to either lead them through their issues or you have to move on with them. But the role of leadership in establishing and nurturing a positive culture is all on you. Strategy 4, profit means survival. And remember, you can get this entire detailed document. I'm just covering the highlights of it at remarkableresults.biz/CEO. Strategy 4, profit means survival. The goal or focus is 20% net income. That's what we continue to hear, and I'm sure it's going to rise as we move forward into the rest of this decade. Your 20% net is always your net income divided by your revenue, and that's how you get that percent. And without profit, remember, there's not much you can do in your business. You're really going to be squozing. Remember, don't confuse profit with cash management, two completely different things. And if you don't know that, hire an expert, get a coach to come on and help you with this. Profitability will be essential for both business survival and growth. You cannot buy new equipment if you don't have the profit. Yeah, you may need the cash, and the cash management is a different way. But without profit, there's no expansion, there's no raises, there's no capital equipment expenditures, and all of that. You need to invest back in your business. It comes from profit. Know your numbers and the principles of financial management. If not, you will be clueless as to how to get there. Now, I believe in business coaches, and I mentioned that. And if you don't like the idea of a coach, then think like this. Hire a profit coach. No, hire a profit expert. Now, this expert will work with you toward your business success goals. Running a business is tough. No argument about that. It doesn't matter if you got a donut shop or you have an automotive service facility. Running a business is tough. You need an accountability partner, but that would be your expert to hold you accountable for getting things done. My friend Chris Cotton says, coaching gives you an edge. My friend Bill Haas says, you, as a good leader, you learn to need to be a coach. And a coach in your corner is like having a roadmap to success. Don't forget remarkableresults.biz/CEO. You'll find links for special collections of episodes in each of these. So what I did is I went through and I found episodes that would relate to each of these strategies, and I created a special collection page for these. You'll find those episode collection links in the show notes of this episode and also dynamically linked on the PDF file that you can download. Strategy 5, processes win wars. Systems, operations, procedures, SOPs. The value of having well-defined processes for consistency and efficiency is the rule. When things go bad, usually there is a fail in your SOP, or in fact that you don't even have any. Strong process improves customer satisfaction and team productivity. You can't get by without good SOPs. Strategy 6, personal development, self-improvement on your own part, learning to be a better leader. Leadership development is something that should be always ongoing. You got to learn leadership styles and create a balanced work-life environment for not only you, but for your people. A great way to achieve personal development is to have an expert or coach to guide and help you develop you. Becoming a better leader fixes a lot of problem areas, not only in your life, your family, and your business. Our books page on the remarkableresults.biz website, you'll find many leadership books that have been discussed on the podcast, and some of the top leadership authors are there. It's up to you. There's frankly no magic, no bestowed upon you miracle that's going to make you a better leader. This is something you have to practice and learn. Remember, in many cases, you don't know what you don't know. There's a stop along the way of knowing that things you know that you don't know. And that's where we get smart. Remember, the things you know that you don't know is a real great step along that process. Strategy 7, education as a competitive advantage. Get smart. You're in charge of providing ongoing education. Get smart. I think there was a movie on that, a TV show years ago. Really, get smart. As I said, you're in charge of providing ongoing education training for your mechanical and technology specialists, service writers. You got to get them trained. Figure out how to get your team to training and conferences. How many episodes have we done with shop owners? They bring their teams to conferences like Apex, like Vision, like ASTA. They're out there, they're doing it, and they're benefiting in really big ways. Don't say that you can't shut down for a day and travel with the team. It's just an excuse. In the episodes that we've done, and the proof is in the pudding after the team comes back, and the value of the networking experience. Stay current with training, new methods and ideas to improve production and customer satisfaction. It's all about your team wanting to learn and improve. Strategy number 8, have fun. Life's tough, We live under stress, all kinds of stress every day. Families with obligations for childcare, schooling, sports, extracurricular events, leaving early, coming late, broken homes, and the obligations that are necessary there. Therefore, creating a fun work environment will help to ensure long-term success. It should not be a drag to come to work. Your people spend about half of their life at work. It should be a playground, but not, a crazy place, but a positive, caring work environment. We've heard so many exciting events that happen during work, after work, and for the reason to change it up. And now an appreciation for a job well done. Have fun. Learn how to have fun. Strategy 9, communication is critical. This is another area where training is coming to life with seminars and a better understanding of each other's communication style, example, DISC, not only for the team to understand, but your client advocates need to know their dominant communications traits themselves, and they can learn how to identify what your customers is. And this lands a better discussion with peers because you end up not having your conversation with those people, is that you're having their conversation. On our downloads page is a great chart to understand how you can use your DISC profile to communicate with others. Get to education classes that help you with your communication skills, front of shop, back of shop, office, clients. It all works together. We've got to be communication masters. Remember, listening is the most important communication trait. Listen to learn and understand, not to reply. Moving on, strategy number 10, networking to grow your knowledge. How networking with peers, suppliers, and industry groups can lead to business insights and innovations. I've seen it in action, been to the high-level networking groups, been to the local networking groups, been on the phone, been on Zoom calls with networking groups. There's so much value in attending conferences and peer groups and events. And if you go to any of these things, no matter who you sit next to, get your business card out and meet some new friends. Network to grow your knowledge. And strategy number 11, run toward technology. Yes, run toward it. The importance of embracing new technologies in both vehicle repair and business operations is critical. Examples of technology trends include digital vehicle inspections. I hope you're doing them. I know there's a lot that aren't. Remote diagnostics, using communication tools to keep the team close-knit. Lots of great tools, software tools out there. That's technology. Having a customer app linked to your shop is technology. All the neat new CRM power that is finding a perfect balance to client loyalty and sales opportunities is technology. What about client call centers? Just a thought. That's technology. And the power of your website, just to name a few. And don't forget about the technology needed in the equipment that we have in order to fix today's cars. Strategy number 12, the final one, a critical language shift. The overview of the Mechanical and Technology Specialist Initiative is something I'm going out and doing keynotes on. I think we'll see in a few years, we'll look back and say this was an important shift. We've got to adopt new terminology and language that can enhance the industry's image, both internal and external, and improve morale. You know, the professionalism that will determine how the public looks at us. And implementing this important language shift will absolutely help. Download your copy, read it, and use the implementation guide to bring it to life in your business. remarkableresults.biz/rise. Thank me after you've implemented it. Now, let's conclude. Let's put this thing together. 1,000th episode here of Remarkable Results Radio. Hopefully you enjoyed this walkthrough on these 12 CEO strategies where you can get your own copy of much more detail. It's a 14-page report, and I'm trying to cover this in just a very few minutes. This surely isn't about all of them. There's a whole bunch more on the paper that goes into some other detail, but these are the ones that have creamed up since I started to bring you this unbelievable audio video content back in 2018. Thank you so much. Look, there's a lot more strategies. I'll mention them, as we continue to bring you this great content. It's so worth the read. Please write on it, make notes, highlight it, tab the pages, put in some post-it notes. Get your leadership team to help you assess where you are, where you need help in. And I encourage you to help make these strategies and reflect on your own business needs. So thank you for your loyal support. I can't thank you enough. Hopefully this gift to you, these 12 CEO strategies, will help you assess, or, if you are a top shop, continue to realize that you're on the right cutting edge of insights, ideas that you can use to improve yourself, your family, and your business. I so encourage you to email me and offer me your insights on the report, carm@remarkableresults.biz. Thank you to all my friends in the industry. Thank you to my family. Thank you so much to Tracy. Thank you to my great loyal listeners who come up to us at shows and thank us for helping them through some really tough times and realize that there is great life and light at the end of the tunnel of sometimes people who are struggling. I did this for you, and I appreciate you so much. Thanks for being here on the 1,000th. Carm Capriotto signing off. Thanks.